When will the shortlist for September admission be out? Hello, I am applying for computer science. So what should I mention? Because you said don't mention about Korea's technological advancement. As per the ECS guideline, do we have to apostille original document, then colored copies, and send these copies with true certified stamp? Please make it clear. It's so confusing. So we have to take stamp in recommendation letter from high school. Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. So I made a video about 9 reasons as to why you might fail in your undergraduate and graduate application into the Global Korea Scholarship, the scholarship that is run by South Korean government. And I received messages from both my Facebook group, Facebook page, YouTube channel. People still have a lot of worries. So in this video today, I am going to answer some of those questions, and my answers will be based on the application guideline. Remember, I said one of the reasons as to why you might fail in your application is when you do not follow the application guideline. Whenever I will read a question, I will go to the application guideline and point it out. Before we get into it, please, if you know you've not yet subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button so that the algorithm will send it to more people and they would get informed, and then they will do the right thing as far as their application is concerned. Also, do not forget to turn on the notification button. That being said, let's get into the video. Before we start answering the questions, it looks like there are still some people who do not yet know how to access the application guide. You have to go to Study in Korean, as it is here, run by Korean government. You click on that link and then this website will open. You can select English on the top right hand corner and then go to scholarships, look for GKS notice. Click on that one also. It will bring you to this page where you would find 2023 Global Korea Scholarship for Undergraduate Degree. You have to open that web page. When you open it, you would find this information. I posted this information on my Facebook group. If you've not yet joined that group, please make sure you join. So here you have every information about the scholarship. When you go down, you would find the application guideline. That's what we are going to look at today. We'll look at it and then respond to your questions. You have the application form, university information, like all of the universities that are covered by the Global Korea Scholarship. And then you have the application guideline again in Korean, and then promotion poster. These two have been added like this morning. We'll click on the application guideline and then we'll download. All right, when you open the application guideline, it says 2023 Global Korea Scholarship application for undergraduate degree. You have the table of content that has programs and universities, program quota, eligibility, selection, and application procedure. And then scholarship information. You equally have contact information. I repeat, it is important for you to go through the application guideline if you really want to succeed in this scholarship. Now, number 1 says program and objective. Here you would find out why the South Korean government is sponsoring these scholarships in the different universities that are in South Korea. Reason as to why this section is important is that it has all the different universities under the embassy track. So you have type A, it has 24 universities. You have Aju University, which is my alma mater for masters, and then you have right up to Yonsei. You have type B, has 30 universities, from Busan University of Foreign Studies right up to Yeongnam University. And then, very important, embassy track applicant may choose up to 3 different universities from type A and type B, and must apply to at least one of the universities listed above. So for example, for embassy track, you have to apply to 3 programs, and you can either choose 2 from type A and 1 from type B, or choose 1 from type B and 2 from type A. It is important that you take note of that. You may select up to 3. It says may choose up to 3 different universities from type A and type B, and must apply to at least one of both. All right, let's get into your questions and answer them one by one. The first question was, when will the shortlist for September admission be out? If you go to number 5 on the application and selection. It has selection procedure and then selection schedule. Track 1 says application submission, embassy track, set by each embassy. Results will be announced from 14th of October. And then interview results will be out by 21st of October. That's for embassy track. And then university track, they say application closes by 21st of October. Results will be announced based on the university. It is important to note that every university in South Korea has their own start application deadline and end application deadline. So you have to go to the different universities that have the programs that are covered by GKS and look at their deadlines and make sure you respect the deadlines and try to send your application before the deadline finishes. Some universities will look at the date. If let's say today the 16th of September is the last day, if you posted that file, your document on the 16th, they will look at that date. It doesn't matter if they receive it 1 week after. Others will say that they have to receive the documents before the deadline. Now, results and then oral interview results will equally be out by November 11. And then there is second round. The person asked but for results for September. So let's end there. The second question is, I want to ask something that my second year result isn't come out yet. So will I be able to apply in GKS 2023 admission without my second year mark sheet and certificate? That means this person's transcript and certificates are not yet out, and the person is asking, wants to know if they can still apply. If you go to number 4, it says eligibility, and then when you go down, you would find level of education. So it says bachelor's degree program is for applicants who graduated or are expected to graduate from a high school or from an associate degree program. Associate degree programs is for applicants who graduated or are expected to graduate from high school. Okay, so next one. Applicants who have a bachelor's degree cannot apply. Applicants who have associate degree can only apply to a bachelor's degree program. So if you already have a bachelor's degree, you cannot apply. If you have an associate degree, you can then apply for a bachelor's program. They say applicants who are expected to graduate must first submit a certificate of expected graduation at the time of, so you're not yet graduated and you might probably graduate in the months ahead. You have to submit some document that shows that you will graduate in the months ahead. And then if you fall in that category, this is the second condition. If such applicant pass the first round of selection, they must submit a graduation certificate by February 28th. So for this person who has not yet received their certificate, you must make sure you receive that certificate and send it to the admission committee before February 28th. But for your application to be considered, you must provide some sort of a preliminary document, a document that proves that you have graduated, a document that carries even your transcript scores and something that shows that it's a sort of a certificate but not the real certificate. You must go to your school and request for a document that proves that you have already graduated but you are still waiting for your certificate. They would have to use that to evaluate you and decide if they will give you the scholarship. The next question is asking that, can I submit TOEIC certificate instead of IELTS? If you go again to number 5 and then go down, you would find in this section where it says list of documents to submit. Go down again, you would find number 15 under other documents. You would find score report of valid topic, original, or English proficiency. They say it is optional, but let me show you another section. If you go down to documents to submit in the application guidelines, Submission required, continue. You would find submit if necessary, optional. Score report of Korean or English proficiency test. For Korean language, they want but topic. And for English language, you can either submit TOEIC, TOEFL, or IELTS. That answers your question. You have TOEIC, submit TOEIC. And then topic certificate from the 21st to 85th exam will be recognized as valid certificate. So you have to look at the certificate number. It should be between 71 and 85. Submit a printed copy of one's topic score report from topic.go.korea. And then submit a printed copy of one's English proficiency test score report from the respective website or photocopy of original. It is optional, so you can submit the original if you know that you can equally have another original. I think that answers your question. Question is, as per this year guideline, do we have to apostille original documents and then colored copies and then send this copy with true certified stamp? Please make it clear. It's so confusing. Now, this is not confusing. It's not difficult to understand. If you go to the same number 5, application and selection, and then go down to the section where it says document preparation for application. Application for the first round selection, embassy and university track. Documents to complete and required certificate. Submission requirements set by each embassy university. So you have to first know the requirements. Every university has their own set of requirements. So if you're applying for university, you need to go to their website and check their own requirement. And then you equally have to fulfill GKS requirements. So for example, they say you have to check if they accept photocopy of your certificate, because of course you cannot send original if you know that you have only one original. You cannot get another original from your school. In that case, you would have to do a photocopy. Maybe they want you to send an electronic. That means you can scan and then send it without certified translation for the first round, etc. Then number of documents is set by each university and embassy. So you have to find out with the embassy and the university through the university website the number of documents that they need from you. Documents to complete application: personal statement, study plan and recommendation letters, application agreement, personal medical assessment. Another one, requires certificate of expected graduation, academic transcript, proof of citizenship, proof of overseas Korean, etc. These are documents that are needed in the first round. Let me explain this again, going down. In the second round, it says all forms must be in English or Korean. No need to apostille or consular confirm. That's for the second round, which is needs selection. Okay. Number of documents to submit: embassy track, 1 original, 3 additional simple photocopies. University track, 1 original. Take note, they are saying original here, but if you cannot provide the original from your university, that's where you have to photocopy your document. Don't just photocopy, you have to apostille. If your country is under the Hague, like the Hague Convention, like the Apostille Convention, then you would have to apostille. If you have only embassy in your country, then you would have to go through the embassy. Let's look at it down here. They say documents written in English or Korean must be apostille or consular confirmed. Documents written in another language other than English or Korean must be submitted in a certified translation. Obtain apostille or confirmation from the consular office. So if your document is not in English or Korean language, you have to translate, and then you have to still apostille, and then or look for an embassy or consulate to confirm that document to prove that it is real, it's not fake. Then they say if your country belongs to one of the member countries of the Apostille Convention, submit your required certificate with an apostille. They say required certificate doesn't mean you send your original, especially if you cannot get another original. Make a photocopy and then request for an apostille. That is for certificate. But they say, however, high school graduation certificate and academic transcript can be submitted with consular confirmations. You can equally send it with consular confirmation. But like I said, the conditions keep on changing. In some situations, they will tell you get apostille and then consular confirmation. But here they're telling you that you can do one. You can either do apostille or consular confirmation. You choose one. But if you decide to do both, it's not a problem. Embassy track, one apostille / consular confirmation. This is for embassy. The embassy is telling you here that they want an apostille and consular confirmation, then 3 additional simple copies. I said this in my video that for embassy track you have to apostille and then do consular confirmation. University track again, apostille and consular confirmation. Next question is, can anyone from any country apply for university track? And can you tell us how to send our documents to university, please? For that question, you have to go to number 3, program quota, embassy track. General, they want 74 scholars from 67 countries. And then they have overseas Korean from 7 countries. So if you look here, you have the different countries, and then you have the quota for general, and then you have overseas Korean, the quota, and then you have the total. That's a combination of general plus overseas. The total is 67 countries. If you want to know if you are an overseas Korean, you have to read this. But that is as far as the embassy track is concerned. You have the list of countries. For those from Africa, Ghana has 1 for general. There is no overseas Korean space. Those from Mexico, general, they have 1, and then they have 1 overseas Korean. Total is 2. Place like Colombia, they have 2 spots for general and no overseas Korean. Now, university track. The first one was embassy track. University track, University Industry Corporation, 55 programs. And then they say UIC program is open to all countries around the world. It is open to all countries around the world, but remember, you have but 55 slots, space, scholarship applicants that they need. UIC is open to everyone. There is no limitation. Again, UIC is open to everyone. There is no limitation under the university track. So you would find things like Aju University, software engineering has 9 slots available for application. Konya University has 5. And then if you go down, you would find Suncheongyang University has 5 for this number of programs. Take note. Sogang University has 4 for electronic engineering and chemical and biomolecular engineering. You have to take into account all of those things and think about your chances before applying. That being said, I think that one answers your question. There was also another question about high school, date of graduation. If you've been out of high school for more than 1 year, can you apply? Following the application restriction, that is under eligibility, where you can find informations like nationality restriction. A person who has graduated or is expected to graduate from a Korean high school, even international school, like a school that is run by South Korean government but out of Korea, maybe in any other country, if you've graduated from that high school or you are expecting to graduate, you cannot apply. A person who graduated from an online curriculum arranged by a Korean university cannot apply, or a Korean school. So those are the things that might make you to fail. A person who is currently in their final year at a Korean high school or Korean university cannot apply. So if you are in a Korean high school or in a Korean university in your final year, you cannot apply. A person who had previously received a scholarship from a degree program from the Korean government is not eligible. So if you had once had a scholarship from Korean government, you cannot apply. Then a previous or current GKS scholar who are currently in or have completed or graduated from GKS associate degree, you cannot equally apply. A previous GKS scholar whose scholarship was cancelled after their enrollment. If your scholarship was cancelled, it means maybe you committed a crime or there is a fault somewhere. You can no longer apply. A person who had previously received a scholarship for their degree program from another Korean government agency other than NEED. So maybe there is another Korean agency that offered you scholarship, because there is KOICA, which is equally a Korean agency. If they had once sponsored you, you cannot apply for this scholarship. They say a previous GKS scholar who has received scholarship from GKS non-degree program for exchange can apply. In that case, you can apply. Cancellation of scholarship means a GKS scholar either withdraws from the program or his or her scholarship was forfeited during their scholarship program. You decided to withdraw, your scholarship was withdrawn during your studies. In that case, you can no longer apply. Maybe, for example, you were not able to meet the level 3 topic and they cancelled your scholarship. In that case, you cannot apply. But if they cancelled your scholarship, then this one now applies to you. Former GKS scholars whose scholarship was forfeited due to a scholar's failure to achieve topic level 3 or above after completing Korean language program may be deemed eligible to reapply if a scholar submit a valid topic certificate of level 5. If you were offered a scholarship and you came to Korea, you studied and you could not obtain level 3 topic, next time if you want to apply, you must have at least level 5 before you can be considered. Because like I said, most of the undergraduate programs in South Korea are in Korean language. You might find maybe 2 or 3 universities that have undergraduate programs in English out of the more than 300 universities in Korea. So Korean language is very important as far as this application is concerned. They say former GKS degree program applicant who has withdrawn from the program or was disqualified from the scholarship after being selected as GKS scholar in recent 3 years cannot apply. So if you withdraw or you were disqualified in the past 3 years, you cannot apply. But if you were selected and then you could not fulfill level 3, next time when applying, have level 5 topic. I hope that is clear. The next question is asking that I said, hello, I am applying for computer science. So what should I mention? Because you said don't mention Korea's technological advancement. So in this question, I think the best way to write your statement of purpose, or even in your study plan, in case it happens that you mention South Korea. I said in one of the video, if you've not yet watched that video, please go and watch it. I said there is no point in you saying that you love BTS, you love K-drama, you love Korea's technological advancement. This is it. If you want to say any of those things, if you want to mention Korea's technological advancement, say that South Korea, which was a poor country a few years back, suddenly experienced a rapid development, both technological wise, and you believe that if you get the opportunity to go and study in South Korea, you will be able to learn from South Korea's experience. You might be able to get some of their secrets, and then when you go back home to your country, you could help your home government in applying some of those strategies that could help your country to equally develop as fast as South Korea did. So it should be in a way that you think that thing will help you. Maybe if you're watching BTS, maybe you would say that through BTS you've learned a lot about South Korea's culture, the culture of how they respect people, there's the respect for the elderly, and you believe that in your country there's not that much respect. You think that your country might need that kind of culture where things are done based on what your seniors tells you to do, because the belief is that seniors have some kind of experience. that kind of culture could help you implement. If you can learn things from Korean culture, you could be able to implement it in your home country. Even the food, the Korean food, is nice. You've tested Korean food from maybe a restaurant in your country, and you think that food is of nutritive value, and then you kind of maybe studied food science, and you think if you come to South Korea you could like learn something about their food science and maybe apply it to the development of agriculture in your home country. Try to use those things about South Korea to your advantage. Don't just mention them without saying how, if you come to study in South Korea, those things could help you achieve something that can help develop your home country. I think that makes a bit of sense. And then before I end this video, things like recommendation letters, you need to verify from the university, know the number of recommendation letters that they need, because like I said, embassy track has its own requirement and the university equally has their own requirement. So you might want to contact your embassy to verify, know from them the number of letters of recommendation that they need, because as of last year they needed just one recommendation letter, which is the original, and then your teacher can like photocopy, make 3 copies of it, and then they can put all of it in one envelope without any problem. They can put them in separate envelopes, like the original in one envelope and the other 3 in separate envelopes, and then they have to close it and then put the university seal on it. Also, about recommendation letter, you have to use the recommendation template that is in the application for the scholarship. Your teacher has to fill it out, and then if possible they will sign and equally add the school stamp on it, the high school stamp on it. That makes it authentic, and then they'll have to put it inside an envelope, close it, seal it, and then put another stamp on it or sign across it, so that in case somebody tries to open it, it can be realized. That makes your recommendation letter more authentic. That being said, this is the end of the video. If you feel like you have any more questions, leave it at the bottom of the video, and if you have any other thing that you might want me to cover about scholarships in South Korea, you're free to request. But please make sure you subscribe and like, and most especially share with others. Sharing is caring. And I'll see you in the next one.